Welcome to the Up and Up podcast this week. I'm so excited because we have the Kokomo Rescue Mission here with Kevin, super phenomenal Kevin, and you took over some big shoes.
I'm standing on some shoulders.
And I feel you because
you are too.
We've been there and we're earning it, right?
Yes,
this is our earning year, right?
Yes.
We got to earn the right to walk in that spot.
Yes.
And I really understand that with you. So tell me how it's going.
Well, I'm excited and overwhelmed every day, and I bet you are too. The job is big, but there's lots of help, lots of support. It's a great community, and I just love serving here.
You are absolutely correct. Kokomo is very resilient. It's come back from anything that's ever been thrown at us. And I can't say enough about the donor base that's out there that really does support us nonprofits. So overall, tell me, because the rescue mission does so much. I'm like, what is it that you don't do? And so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, 70 years serving in this community and being supported by this community, and 70 years of really haven't changed that much.
Right.
We help the homeless with shelter. We help the hungry with food, and we help those that are hurting in any way we can. So we have programs, we have outreaches, we have ongoing things day by day. We're open every day of the year. We operate a shelter every day of the year. We open our dining room to the community.
Yes.
2 times a day, every day of the year. And we just consider it a privilege to serve people that need the help.
And what I admire about the fact that you stepped into this position is the fact that this is a 24/7 position.
Yes.
It is not, I get to send kids home. And then I get to rest for the evening. But I'm sure that there are midnight hour calls because you've got 24/7 things going on, especially with housing.
Yes. And yes, there are calls. I have a great team, Sherry. I'm just like you do. And the true heroes, the people that should be sitting here and you should be listening to
Yes.
are those folks that work in those shelters that truly do 24/7, make sure they're available to help people. Those are the folks that I just marvel at their capacities and their commitment.
I totally agree. And, something that this show has not said is for every director that has a nonprofit leader, it is not always the leader. It might be us being charismatic and getting the donor base and talking about it, but you are correct in the fact that it's all those behind the scenes. It's the volunteers, it's the churches, it's the donor base, it's the small business owners, and it is our staff that by far make everything work.
Yes, and I have, in my little over a year in this capacity, I have met some folks that are true community heroes.
Yes.
That I wish this community could have a spotlight on them, but that's not what they don't want a spotlight.
No. I have seen a lot of people that are great at not only volunteering, but giving of their time, talent, and treasure, and they want no accolades.
Right. They do it because of the heart. They do it because of their faith, many of them.
Yes.
And they do it because they see a need and they're not content to let somebody else meet it. They're going to go do what they can.
And that is the true hero that should be sitting in these seats. And we honor those that are watching, that are those donors, that are those people that love to just do it and not let anybody know what they did. They're kind of silent out there, and it's like a silent warrior and making things happen. So you've got some really big programs that are very timely right now because it's November. We're November 2nd right here.
Yes.
And right around the corner, we've got some big things.
Yes, and for us, the next big thing is Thanksgiving. It's 3 weeks from this day. And on Thanksgiving, we take our serving meals to the community up a notch. And we serve a hearty, and I do mean a full, hot Thanksgiving meal where we deliver them to upwards of 1,000 people.
Oh,
on
wow.
Thanksgiving morning. And we have delivery drivers. We have folks that prepare the food. We cook and pull the meat off the bones of 100 turkeys.
Oh, shoo.
And all that happens with volunteers, folks donating. I had somebody yesterday walked into my office and hand us a check that will cover the remainder of the costs for Thanksgiving. And it's just, again, this community saying we're going to help folks that need it. And it's a great opportunity to serve. Delivery drivers for Thanksgiving. You can come, valid driver's license, get in line. We'll hand you an address with some meals. And you can be blessed to go out there. You don't have to cook it. All you have to do is just walk up and smile and hand it to them at the door.
And it can be done even before you serve Thanksgiving dinner or go home to eat your meal. What a refreshing thing if they were to drive those meals to somebody else's house, go home, sit down and go, somebody else is eating at the same time we're eating, and we did good.
Sherry, last year I helped, was there till the final cleanup, walked back in my house by 1:30 in the afternoon.
Wow. You did all of that. 1,000 meals.
1,000 meals.
Delivered.
Cooked, prepared, packaged, delivered, and I'm home in time to eat a meal with my family by 2.
Wow, that is impressive. That's some teamwork right there. You've got some skilled volunteers.
We have a bunch of folks that know what they're doing, and I knew enough to stay out of their way.
There you go. That's what we got to do, really. So Thanksgiving, how can they order up a meal, or what do they do?
They're on our website is the best place to go, both to order a meal if you'd like to have one. We're still taking calls for that. You can also call our regular office number at 765-456-3838. Our website is kokomorescuemission.org. And if you'd like to volunteer, just go to kokomorescuemission.org and click volunteer, and you'll find Thanksgiving right towards the top of the list. You can sign up and be a delivery driver or help package the meals or just use your hands in whatever way would help to make the day work for the people we're trying to help.
And Thanksgiving is always about being thankful, and we are all thankful that we have food in our home, but not everybody has that pleasure these days, especially with the economic conditions. So it's always wonderful to serve others, and God will always honor that.
I just shared a post this morning asking for drivers, and at the top of that post, I put the words blessed to bless.
Yes.
So if you're blessed, if you feel that God's been good to you, this is a great way for you to give back to others.
That's awesome. And I also want to touch on Christmas.
Yes.
Because you just opened, beginning day was yesterday, November 1st, to do the Red Ribbon Box, right?
Yes. And that is our effort to make sure that people in this community that are income qualified, and again, we screen folks to make sure it's the folks that truly need the help.
Absolutely.
We will carry a box into their home that's about the size that you'd find a dishwasher in. So it's not a small box, it's a bigger box.
It is hard to carry, I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
That is a challenge.
You're right. But that box will contain presents for every member of the family. It'll contain household products and cleaning products and personal items. It'll contain gift cards sufficient to buy them a meal for Christmas Day at a local grocery. It'll contain a Bible. It'll contain some children's materials.
Yes.
It's just filled with things. One person said it's filled with hope.
Yes, it is.
And we last year got the privilege to walk into 768 homes in this community.
Wow.
With, I say we, dozens of volunteers, staff, board members, donors, that help deliver, that help carry them in, that help make it happen. It's all happening this year at the former Trueworth Auto Building out at 931 in Lincoln.
Okay.
That's the building. Every year we're like Jesus. We're looking for where we're going to lay our head.
Yes.
And this year it's going to be out there at 931 and Lincoln. That's where the gift wrap will happen, which is another opportunity.
That is. I love that. I've done that every year with my family. Me and my granddaughters, we go and we wrap and have a wonderful time. I also go with Kiwanis and wrap. And I must say, Kevin, my dad and I had a tradition, and we did deliver boxes. And we would back up our truck and we would be with massive, you're talking 500 trucks backing up and everybody just delivering out, and then you pull out one way. Amazing to deliver that box in that home.
I talked to a delivery driver last year that I knew him from the community. I said, how long have you been doing this? He said, my dad used to take me when I was a kid. He said, the best I can tell, I've been doing this for 48 years in a row.
Now, see, my dad has dementia, and we don't do it now, but you know what? I bring that memory up every once in a while because he can remember way back. He just can't remember today. And but that is a fond memory for him.
Yes.
And it's really a lasting memory when you carry that box into that home to those precious folks that are so grateful to get something.
And what's neat about Christmas, you mentioned the gift wrap, you mentioned the granddaughter, is this is a chance for you to bring your younger kids, kids that maybe can't serve in one of our shelters or maybe even aren't old enough to serve in our dining room, but you can bring them there and just have fun wrapping presents for somebody else. The presents are provided, they're donated.
Yep.
We have a year-round toy recycling effort over here.
I've seen the toy shop, and it is impressive.
Isn't it amazing?
Woo! It is exciting.
Yes.
And people putting pieces together. You've got everything up there. It's an amazing little workshop.
We had somebody drop by about a dozen small bicycles and little hand scooters. And we've got a team of volunteers coming in and put those together today, and then they'll get a bow on them and be placed in those boxes. It's just,
That's awesome.
It's just every day is like Christmas in this season.
It is.
It's cool.
It is. It's an amazing thing, and I'm so excited. And you're right. I think this is a time for people to start special traditions. You know, I think about grandparents that are raising grandkids. This is a fun activity. I've always taken my granddaughters, and then we just go get some hot chocolate after that. We may go home and make hot chocolate, or we may go buy and share hot chocolate and just think about what we just did.
Well, and you mentioned service groups. I've had Kiwanis and Rotary comes. I've seen sports teams from some of the local high
cheerleaders,
schools, cheerleader groups, scout troops that come and bring the troop. There are just so many different ways that you can just come and be a part of it. And all you got to be able to do is wrap a present, and there's no grades on what it looks like after.
That's the truth. I understand. So, no, that is a fun time, and you got it like a well-oiled machine. I mean, you just go next, and they bring you another box.
And I would mention to you, you say, well, they maybe don't need me.
Oh,
last
we do.
Last year, we wrapped 19,000 gifts.
It was a lot of gifts.
And when I say we, you know how many I wrapped? 0.
Woo!
I just moved the boxes over to the tables to the folks that do it. 19,000 presents. So it takes every one of us.
It takes a lot of people in the community to make the Red Ribbon Christmas happen. I encourage you to volunteer and help out. If you are a part of any organization, a women's Bible study, a men's Bible study, churches, we need everybody at the table to try and help. And to me, it allows me to have a good Christmas because I did know that I gave what I could at the time, whether it's my time, talent, or treasure, to try and help others. That's always been my mission personally in life, is just to help others.
Well, when I got to the end of that season, I'll admit, and you know this, I was exhausted, but I don't know that it ever felt so good.
Yes.
It was a good tired.
Yes, amen. And, you know, I just believe that God gives us strength when we work in the nonprofit field, that God gives us an anointing to work along with that. And so I'm so thankful for that. Kevin, is there anything else that's happening that you need to let the public know about?
Well, we run a year-round program. As I said, every night the shelters are open, every day the meals. We're already preparing for another big thing that we do, which is our Walk a Mile event in February, which is our primary fundraiser for our women's ministries. And we're already taking sponsors, already got groups that are starting to form teams. That will happen the last Saturday in February. And then for us, you know, you talk about the future. For us, we need to every day to get better at what we're doing, but we're really feeling a tug to do better at developing partnerships with other organizations in the community and trying to do some things collectively together to create some space, or maybe even build some space where we can better partner together to where we can have more classes on site, more people on site. So we're in the preliminary stages, but we may someday be building on. And when we do, it will be so that we can bring more of us together to help more of the people in this community.
You know, I really love that you're saying that because, you know, Corrine and I have been talking, and one of those things that we've talked about is the parental piece. And you and I both know the parental piece, you know, every parent is doing everything they can. I don't believe any parent is doing a bad job. It's just that our parents are stretched. You know, when I think about single parent families and 2 jobs, 3 jobs to try and keep it a roof over the head, and then the children raising themselves. So how do we put a program together that would be incentivized? Because you and I both know adults need the incentive, just like our teens need incentive. And so when you think about the UP program and you think about how would we create something like that in the adult world?
Exactly.
And what would that look like to be able to help them be more successful? That's all I'm thinking of is pull them up to be more successful.
Yes.
And that it would be non-toxic, where it wouldn't be just a giveaway, but it would be something of sustenance that, you know, they could grasp onto, that would help them to be better. And I think about that with partnerships with Ivy Tech and IUK and Indiana Wesleyan, because I think about certifications and vocations and dual credit things that people could easily get their hands on to be able to bring that level up in the job world, if you will.
And there's a lot of those things out there, but it's like the dots aren't connected.
Right, that's true. And that's where you and I come in. And again, thankful that the Community Foundation and there's others in the community that are looking at that big picture piece of how do we all put the pieces together so that you can do what you do very well, and then we can do what we do very well, but collectively we can come together and really bridge the gap. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like for the future, but I do know that I wanted to just share with the audience that is being worked on behind the scenes.
And we're doing research. We do not want to scratch where people do not itch. So we want to try to find out what are the hindrances to people climbing out of where they are and getting on a better trajectory. And then we want to try to connect them with the resources and partners that can help them overcome those hindrances. So it won't be complete tomorrow, but we'll just keep taking a step at a time.
Yeah, I think that's the key. The key is that if you have ideas, if you have needs that you do not think that the community is meeting for some particular reason, it would be good to get on our websites for Kokomo Urban Outreach or for the Rescue Mission, as well as either our Facebook post with the Messenger, because a lot of people are able to communicate through Messenger, and get that information to us. We all have people that are working on those areas, and they will bring that information to our level so that we can hear it. And then we can take that to the group that we're really working with to make that happen, because there is some big ideas that are being talked about behind the scenes, but definitely want to encourage the public to just, lean on me and you and others that are nonprofit leaders to say, what do you need? What do you think the community needs? And how do you think collaboration could really pull people up and into better success, better economic condition, better knowledge, better wisdom. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Don't know about you, but I'm learning every day.
The day I stop learning, I'd better quit.
There you go. That right there. Kevin, it's been a true pleasure to get to know you more here today. I value what you bring to the community, and stepping in those shoes is huge. But I do believe that God's got you, and you are on a significant path. I know that there has been some real brilliant talent come to your team.
Oh, my.
Which is impressive. So kudos to you on that. I want to say thank you so much for watching this podcast. If you'll stay tuned, we'll have a testimony from one of the Up Kids. The episode is funded by the Community Foundation of Howard County. Special thanks to the Hunt Family Fund, which was used to fund this grant. And now, back to the Up and Up podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Up and Up Show. I'm here today with
Isabella Lowe.
Isabella. How long have you been in the program?
2.5 years.
And how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
What are some things you've learned in the program that you think are going to help you when you're an adult?
It's more self-respect, like respecting others and respecting myself.
What advice would you give to someone just going in the program?
You want to be on your best behavior, or like you can get fired from work, and you want to help out as much as you can.
What work do you usually do?
We do yard work, like picking up leaves, raking leaves, or picking up any trash that we can.
Has the program helped you develop any interests?
Yes, more self-respect, and I really like helping other people now.
What are some of your most enjoyable experiences you've had?
I think meeting all the staff members and helping, like, hanging out with my friends more often, because we don't get enough time in school.
You only get lunch periods and stuff?
Yeah, and even though I only have lunch periods with, like, 2 of my friends.
Have you learned anything about yourself through the program?
That I'm really nice. My favorite job is, I say when we go and rake leaves, because I just like the fall time. It's really, like, I enjoy fall.
The different colored trees.
I like the leaves. I saw a purple leaf today on the way to Up. It was really amazing.
What is your most memorable moment with the program?
When I first came, I was really scared, but then, like, I opened myself up more, and it was really fun getting to know the other people, and I say that was my favorite moment, because, like, I opened myself up more. And I'm, like, antisocial, so that was a big step for me.
What is the huddle?
The huddle is where a group of, like a whole bunch of kids go. They have to be extremely quiet, or you get your points taken while Kareen talks. And if you if you get caught talking, you get your points taken. But if you, like, extremely quiet, it's really fun. And then Kareen passes the mic around, and he does this topic of the day, and you have to answer to the topic while standing up.
What are points?
Points they're like money, but it's in points form. So if you get 5 points every time you go to huddle, and you could either spend that in the store or save up for a gift card.
How many dollars is each point worth?
Each point is worth $1.
What is the store?
The store is where you go in and you spend only up to 5 points on, like, snacks or stuff that you really need.
Have you gotten a gift card yet?
Yeah, I got, like, maybe 10.
Well, what are some things you've spent that money on?
Shoes, clothes, and snacks.
What are you saving anything for?
I want to get me a new phone, so I'm going to save up my money.
Oh. What phone are you going to get?
I think an iPhone.
Thank you for sharing your stories.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for joining the Up and Up podcast, and we'll see you next week.